Hello there, this is just a quick video to demonstrate Luton's submission for the Asset Management Excellent Awards organised by the Institute of Asset Management. It's the 2022 awards. Luton's submission is called Luton Borough Council, Transforming Asset Management with Gaist Data and How Luton Intend to Use Data to Drive Investment. The report that we've submitted will show much about the background in terms of how we got to the stage that we are at. So what I would like to do, rather than talk about that, because that's all in the report, rather than talking about that, because you can read about it, I'd talk about what we actually did with the data once we received it. Just to give you a quick brief background, Luton, during the COVID pandemic, revisited our data management strategy, and we went full throttle to implement it because all of a sudden we realized that data was becoming more and more valuable because of the COVID pandemic, primarily because we had limited amount of funding at the time, and we wanted to make absolutely certain that the sparse amount of funding that we had was going to the right place. And in order to ensure that sparse funding was going to the right place, we needed to make sure our data management strategy was airtight. So we embarked on a journey whereby we researched in terms of how best to collect our data and keep it current. And our journey led us to Gaist. I'll just tell you a little bit about Gaist, who they are. I'm just going to open up their website so you can see who they are. Just drag that over to this side. This is Gaist's website. Basically what they do is they collect condition data for assets on the highway. That includes the carriageway, the footway, and ancillary assets on the highway. So we appointed Gaist to collect asset information for us. They gave us a fantastic biannual deal that was sustainable for us to maintain. So annually, so going forward, what the council will be doing is annually appointing Gaist to collect our carriageway, footway, and ancillary asset information. So that's a little bit about the asset collection side in terms of who we appointed. Now, once we got the data, what we did was we created dashboards with the data. This is an old dashboard, but in principle, it's much the same. So what we did was we just wanted to give a high overview of all our asset information on one page. And what happens with these dashboards is they are displayed. Anyone with a link to the dashboards can open the dashboards. But in addition, what we've also done is we've displayed a number of these dashboards in the office on large monitors. So we've purchased, we've got in total 8 large monitors in the workplace. And on each screen, we have a dashboard that shows different amounts of information, different types of information. This dashboard here that you're seeing is the highway asset overview, which gives information about all our assets, all our major assets. There's another tab here that goes into a little bit more of granular information about different types of assets. But the main tab is this one here. Now, what this particularly shows you is very quickly the condition and the number of types of assets. For example, if you look on the signs here, you can quickly see that we've got 23,429 signs. The vast majority of it is in green, good condition, and there's a little bit of red and a little bit of amber. That same theme for where we have condition data follows through. Where we haven't yet got condition data, we've only got the quantity. Going forward, it is in our plans to develop red, amber, green condition bands for these assets where we haven't yet collected our condition or we haven't yet analysed our condition data to reflect similar to what you've seen on the right-hand side in terms of what I explained with the signs. Excuse me. So to reiterate, what we've done with the data that we collected over the last 18 months is we created dashboards, and the dashboard that you're looking at right now is a highway asset overview dashboard that shows as much information about all our assets, including the quantity and condition that we could cram in onto one dashboard. There's another tab here that goes into a little bit more granular information in terms of, this is quite an interesting one, average accidents. Now, what we going forward will be doing is this particular one here, average accidents, connects to a database in the back end. Going forward, it's going to be connected to a live database where all of this will be updated. Accidents is a particularly tricky one to have a live feed coming in, but it is something that we are confident that we can do going forward. As for some of these other asset types, for example, which one should we say? Grip bins, shelter, bus stop, these type of assets, we've already got a system in place to keep it current. So as soon as data changes at the back end, which is the database side, this dashboard will automatically update. We are currently working with external asset management suppliers who host our data. For example, Gullies is hosted on a separate asset management system, which is hosted on the cloud. And we are working with our partners to create a link with their cloud database and our local Oracle database to have a live feed. So what that means is whenever there's a new gully that's been found or deleted, this number will automatically update on a hourly or daily basis, depending on how we set it up going forward. So the point is, this is a dashboard that we've developed with all our asset information to give a high level overview. Now, more interestingly, in terms of more analysis side of things, what you are looking at here is a classified multi-criteria analysis dashboard. I have talked about this briefly in the report which we've submitted to the Institute of Asset Management, but I thought it would be better if I created a video and provided a link to it to better explain what the dashboards look like and how they operate. This is all information that we receive from the Gaist surveys. And what we've done here is in the background, what you have is the databases, which are basically, it's an Oracle database where the Gaist data has been loaded onto. The Oracle database has then been connected to our dashboards, which are in Excel. And we have created an algorithm to prioritize where investment would be best spent. I'll just show you our algorithm so you can have a bit of an understanding of what we're talking about. These are all tables in the background which we've hidden. And the algorithm, which will make sense to asset management practitioners. I should have seen that one. Right, that's the algorithm that we've factored in. Now, what we've included in our algorithms is I'll just start with the top. The level 1, what that means is the most important, the most highest ranking or weighted criteria when it comes to our investment decisions. So what we've done it says scanner survey there, but that should actually say Gaist survey. So we ignore that for a moment. So imagine that as our Gaist survey or our external survey. 50% of the weighting is on our external survey. And our 50% is then further divided by giving 70% of our weightings to the reds, 30% to the amber, and 0% to the green. Our scrim survey gets 20% of the overall weighting. And within that 20%, 70% is for priority 1, 30% is for priority 2. I won't bore you. Oh, no, I'll carry on with this actually. The hierarchy is in terms of our A, B, and C roads. 5% of the overall weighting is given to the hierarchy, and then A, B, and C is further broken down by 50%, 30%, and 20% of that 5%. Inspector referrals, we weight that quite highly. That's basically our inspectors going out there and carrying out a visual assessment of what they believe the condition of a particular section of road is. And we've given that 15% weighting. And that is, so the red, when our highway inspectors adjudge a section of road to be red, we give it a 60% weighting of that 15%, 40% if it's amber of that 15%, and nothing is for green. Insurance claim, again, where there are a high number of insurance claims, we give 50% of that 5% overall weighting. If it's medium number of insurance claims, it's 30% of that 5% and 20% of that 5% if it's a low number of insurance claims. Traffic accidents is another one that we factor in. And again, what we do here is we give it a 5% overall weighting, and of that 5%, 50% if it's not high number of accidents, 30% if it's a medium number, 20% if it's a low number of that 5% overall. I'd accept that I've tried to make the algorithm presented as simply as possible. I'm confident that a asset management practitioner who understands multi-criteria analysis will take some benefit from the way we've laid it out here. But that's the gist of our multi-criteria analysis model. Below here, we've got more factors such as the costings, and where the costings come into play is here. You can see the cost element there. So not only have we ranked our roads in terms of where our multi-criteria analysis model is directing investment, we've also provided a cost to asset owners to make an assessment whether they have the funds or whether they want to invest that money in that particular area or not. That's entirely up to asset owners to make that decision, but the information is there. And here is a nice overview of our A, B, and C roads in terms of its condition. Standard Gaist analysis of red, orange, yellow, light green, a little bit darker green, and very dark green at the bottom. It's just the standard RAG model with a few more colors put in to give a bit more accurate information. Here again, what we've done is just to give a bit more information to the asset owners. We've also included the RAG coloring. I say RAG coloring hesitantly because RAG stands for red, amber, green, whereas we've also got yellow here and we've got different shades of green. So it's a RAG analysis, but we've got a few more extra colors in there to just give us a visual representation of what the condition is like. Right, the dashboards themselves, they're not static, they are interactive. So for example, on the left-hand side here, if you just want to analyze the A roads, you'd come here and you press A. That just gives you information about the A roads themselves. So you can see the damage area of the A roads is 52,819 square meters, but that includes all the condition data. We've also got information about the material. Again, this was all collected by Gaist. So we've got, this is the amount of bituminous, hot road asphalt, and high friction surfacing. So if you wanted to just have an analysis or an understanding of the different types of material on the carriageway, you can do that. And the cost to undertake maintenance, if we were to do everything brand new on the A roads, would be roughly 2.9 million or 3 million. So the point I'm making here is I'm just demonstrating the interactive element of our dashboards. So that's the A roads, B roads, same principle, C roads, same principle. Now let's just say you wanted to, if you press this button here, the top left hand there, you can select a number of different ones together at the same time. So here I've selected the B roads and the C roads together. So that's our classified multi-criteria analysis that we've created. I'll show you this is our unclassified multi-criteria analysis. This is slightly different to the classified multi-criteria analysis, but in principle, it's much the same. It has an algorithm that sits in the background. I won't go through the algorithms again. It's very similar to the classified. Now, what we have here is, in principle, is much the same. However, what we've also got wards information. So let's just say you wanted to see which ward in the borough has the worst condition of roads. You can just see straight away for Luton, it would be Limbury ward. But let's just say you wanted to take a silo approach, and you just wanted to see one particular ward that you are interested in. Let's just say it's a ward councillor that wants to just look at their ward in terms of the worst road in their ward. They'd come to the bottom here and they'll pick any, let's just say the South Ward. They'll pick the South Ward. And what should happen is you can see the South Ward there, and you'll see the roads here instantly straight away. You can see that in the South Ward, the worst road in the South Ward is Seymour Road. And the cost to repair that would be £240,000. If you want to take a more holistic approach, and I'll just talk about this a little bit more, the entire cost to repair all the roads in the South Ward would be 4.5 million. And this is just a nice condition showing what the condition of all the roads in the South Ward is. So 20% you can see is red, so 28% is red, and 17% is amber. The vast majority is yellow. From a practitioner point of view, the way we use this is the asset owner looks at it holistically for the whole of the borough, and then a more thorough investigation is undertaken by trying to spread the money out throughout the borough. So predominantly, you don't really go into the different wards unless you want to go into it, but it's in a functionality that we've built in because of councillors who, you know, if they want to see what their particular ward is like. But from a practitioner point of view, this is the main screen that you'd stay on, and you can see straight away that St. Winifred Avenue is the worst road in Luton. It's ranked the highest at 48.67, and the cost of repair will be 345. You can see here roughly what the condition on that particular road is. A lot of it is red, a little bit of it is orange, and there's no yellow or no green. So this is a dashboard, a multi-criteria analysis dashboard that we've built with the Gaist data, and it's something that we want to highlight with our submission to the Institute of Asset Management as part of the Excellence Award. I'll also show you one that we've done for footways. Now, this predominantly is very similar to what we've created with the unclassified multi-criteria analysis, apart from we've added just a little bit more extra functionality with a hierarchy here. Now, this is a hierarchy of our footway. Now, what this shows us is, let's just say you want to look at the condition and the rank of roads that we have deemed prestige walking zones. So you'd come to the hierarchy and you'd press prestige walking zone, do the calculation. You can see the egg timeline is doing its calculation, and you can see that Upper George Street is ranked the highest on our prestige walking zone. And if we were to just undertake maintenance on our prestige walking zone, this would be our maintenance program going forward. Would be these roads here that you can see on the right hand side. You're also able to get a bit more information. You're also able to work out the cost of how much it would cost. So if we were to just do maintenance on our prestige walking zone, we would have to budget for £328,000. And again, similar to what I showed earlier regarding wards, if you wanted to look at the condition of the condition of footways in any particular ward, let's pick South again. Let it calculate. Now, this again is the footway condition of just the footway in the South Ward of Luton. So if you were to just focus on the South Ward, you'd have to budget for 1.1 million, and you'd start with Gordon Street. But let's just say you want to do the South Ward, but you want to do only those in the hierarchy of the footway, that is, let's just say, a primary walking route. So you'd pick two criteria here. So in the South Ward, primary walking route, this is roughly what you'd be looking at. Yeah, so it's a bit of you can click, you can choose what you want to do. You can play around with it as well. That's the gist of what we're talking about, and that's pretty much it, really. Okay, thank you for your time. Bye-bye.